Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome back to TCM, where we're halfway through a night of creature features. A salute to all those wonderful late-night TV hosts like Ernie Anderson in Cleveland, Ghoulardi, who brought you cinematic tales of the bizarre, the horrifying, the mystical. Tonight's lineup is focused on monsters big and small that tormented mankind in sci-fi films of the 1950s. So far, we've seen The Blob from 1958 and Creature from the Black Lagoon, released in '54. Up next, another classic monster rises from the depths in 1954, a creature with the shelf life of a jar of Ovaltine. This is the Japanese picture that launched a franchise now 69 years old, from director Ishiro Honda, Gojira, or translated into English, Gary. All right, fine, Godzilla. This is the story of a giant, mutant, angry prehistoric creature who resembles a dinosaur. He's been awakened from his hibernation by nuclear testing, and he's so irked by the disruption that he wreaks havoc on Japan. Well, it might be tempting to dismiss Godzilla as merely another giant monster destroys a big city movie. It's much more important than that. Ishiro Honda was a highly regarded filmmaker and occasional collaborator with Japan's foremost director, Akira Kurosawa. Honda used Godzilla as a metaphor for the atomic age, the horrors of which are known only to the Japanese people. As this year's mega hit Oppenheimer has reminded us, at the end of World War II, 78 years ago, the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, one on Hiroshima on August 6th, the second on Nagasaki 3 days later. The final death toll from both bombings by the end of 1945, quite conservatively, is roughly 200,000 people, overwhelmingly civilian. Honda had seen the effects of radiation poisoning, then used this enormous, unstoppable monster as a metaphor for the potential consequences of the atomic age. Though that metaphor is literally a man in a rubber monster suit, those primitive special effects did not keep Godzilla from capturing the imagination and the fears of Japanese audiences, becoming a huge hit. Its success led to a recut and partially reshot American release in 1956. But this is the original Japanese version, so no Raymond Burr here. From Toho Studios in 1954, in Japanese with English subtitles, Godzilla. There are some who argue that Godzilla is a ripoff of a 1953 American fantasy film, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, and producer Tomoyuki Tanaka essentially admitted that the original idea for Godzilla did come from 20,000 Fathoms. That said, director Ishiro Honda steered Godzilla into new territory, reflecting the real-life horrors of atomic warfare endured by the Japanese people at the end of World War II and in the months and years that followed. Godzilla marked the first significant sci-fi monster film made in Japan. It was preceded by 3 King Kong imitations. Along with 7 Samurai, released the same year, Godzilla was the most expensive Japanese movie ever made to that point. Still, the Godzilla budget did not allow for the stop-motion animation techniques that marked 20,000 Fathoms or the first massively successful giant monster movie, of course, King Kong from 1933. Instead, special effects expert Eiji Tsuburaya had to use a man in a Godzilla suit and increase the size of his miniatures. Ahead tonight, another sea monster awoken by nuclear radiation attacks a major city. It Came from Beneath the Sea is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, It Came from Beneath the Sea, then The Wolfman, and later King Kong. Fay Wray gets the royal treatment on TCM tonight.